Welcome back to the Morning News. 7:47, very special guest in this morning, Dr. Ronald Lett, who is a medical doctor who's made a huge difference in the lives of uncounted numbers of underprivileged people in Africa. From UBC, from Canada originally, now you make your home in Africa. Welcome back to Vancouver.
Thanks very much.
Now, you're a member of the Canadian Network of International Surgery, so maybe we can kick off by just explaining what that is.
Well, it is a network of surgeons and surgical departments across Canada. So we have members from UBC as far as Memorial University, and we have organizational members including all the major departments of surgery in Canada, and we together work and teach surgery, teach obstetrics, do injury control in 8 African countries.
So you're basically trying to train their doctors in the surgical skills that you're learning here, that people are learning here in Canada.
That's right. We've trained at least 10,000 practitioners in Africa over the last 14 years.
Did you go into medicine knowing that this is something you wanted to go to a third world country and help?
I did. That was the idea, and you know, I went as a medical student, did an elective, got the bug, and you know, continued, practiced in Africa for a few years, and then started the CNIS.
Now,
we're showing some pictures of some of the work that you're doing.
Yeah, that's in Uganda, teaching how to do cesarean section, which is one of our priority operations that we need to teach.
Well, Lynn pointed out a statistic, and I hence that's why you're wearing the button right now. It says 13 with the slash on it, is the fact that 1 in 13 women in Africa die during childbirth.
Yes, it's a terrible, terrible problem. I mean, it's some countries it's worse than that, but yes. So that means if you go into a schoolroom and you see 13 girls, you know one of them will die from a maternal death, and that means they bleed to death. You know, and to control bleeding, you need a surgeon. And I mean, obstetricians are surgeons. General surgeons do most of the cesarean sections in Africa, but yes, it's you need a surgeon.
What is the reaction of the local people when you get to Africa with a team of surgeons to teach them?
Well, I mean, we actually don't do the classical team of surgeons. We send 2 surgeons, and then we go into the Department of Surgery and we teach the specialists there, surgeons, anesthetists, and obstetricians in particular, how to teach our program, and then we do it. Then we teach the practitioners together. So it's very multiplicative, but the reaction is positive because we're inclusive. We don't actually come in and just do our own thing. We come and work together with the surgeons, with the obstetricians, and help them deal with the issues. So not only do we teach practitioners, but we teach, you know, a big part of our work is teaching specialists how to teach and make sure their practitioners are qualified.
Because when we see the pictures from Africa, we always think of people who are hungry and they're needing food and things like that. But there's also, we forget that people need to have their appendix out, and there's all the problems that we see here as far as ourselves are happening there as well.
Yes, I mean, certainly malnutrition is a problem. Certainly there are infectious diseases are a problem. But getting back to the unlucky 13, as we call it, not only do 1 in 13 African women die of an obstetrical death, 13% of Africans will die an injury death. And the same thing, who do you need when you're injured? You need a surgeon. So we're talking a huge proportion of the health needs are surgical. And
wow, that's incredible. You're doing some amazing work.
CNIS is having an open house tonight from 5 to 7. And the address is on West Broadway in Vancouver, 739-4708 if you're interested. And if you're interested in getting any more information about the Canadian network, you can get through to them at www.cnis.ca. Oh, you've also got something else happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're running a workshop to teach
surgeons
how to, because if you go as a general surgeon, you might have to do a cesarean section. If you go as an obstetrician, you might have to do an amputation. So we're doing a skills training session to help people succeed when they're in Africa, because their narrow specialty won't be enough. You know, the specialty that's successful in Canada, you know, the general surgeon that finds out at 3 in the morning he has to do a cesarean section and he hasn't done one for 20 years will be very happy to have taken the course.
No kidding.
Well, thank you very much for coming in and sharing your experiences with us, and good luck.
Thanks very much.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Okay,
Very
you're
nice
welcome.
to meet
All right,
you.
Mark.
Okay.
All right, thank you very